I'm going to be sharing with you in this video how to stop compulsive thinking and perfectionism in your life, because the problem that most people have in their life, that I did for the longest time, is that there's this need for everything to be perfect. That's a huge problem that many people have and that I had for the longest time. Like this need for everything to be perfect exactly how you want. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have exactly what you want. I believe that if we want something, we're meant to have it. Not that you need to disrespect others. Doesn't mean you need to disrespect others, that you need to infringe on anybody's boundaries or do anything disrespectful whatsoever. What I am saying is that if you want something truly from your heart, you're allowed to want it. You're allowed to have that desire. And to tell yourself that you shouldn't want this is not what I'm saying in this video. What I am saying, though, is that this need, this urge for like compulsively thinking all day is absolutely not necessary. This compulsivity is not needed. And I'm going to be sharing with you in this video how to get rid of this so that you can feel at peace with the actions that you're taking in your life. Still strive towards what you want, still go towards all your goals, but not need it, not have this need for it to be all exactly perfect, exactly how you believe it needs to be, but just let go of all that resistance and make it as easy as possible for yourself while still getting the result in the most efficient way possible as well. So the first thing I want to share with you in this video is something that might confuse people, might be a little bit confusing, might not make complete sense. But what I want to share with you is what I have written down here is less thinking, more doing. Less thinking, more doing. Now, what does this mean? Does this mean that you shouldn't have a plan in your life? Does it mean that you shouldn't have a structure? Does it mean that you shouldn't plan out your life accordingly to the desires that you want? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you should really stop thinking. What I'm talking about is less overthinking, less unnecessary thinking. See, once you have the plan in your life that's aligned with your desire, once you know what you want in your mind and what you want to create in your life and all the things that you want to see happen and your intentions and the things that you want to manifest and what brings you joy and what brings you peace, once you have that all in place in terms of who you want to be and your intentions, right, you don't need to think anymore. There's no thinking needed. All that compulsivity, compulsive thinking, and all that perfectionism, it's just not necessary. You can just strive towards what you want, take action, and not be attached to like if it happens or not. And you just have to trust that it's going to happen because you have the power to manifest your reality and to be who you want to be. You just trust. You just trust that it's going to happen, and it is the case. And you don't need to worry about overthinking and making things hard for yourself because you've already done all the thinking. Like you've already done the hard part. You've already figured out everything you need to figure out. Now it's just about taking action. And when I say action, what I really mean is just being in flow with your desire, being in alignment with your desire. And then anything that you need to kind of like figure out, you'll figure it out naturally along the way as you do more. Think in terms of what you want to be. Have your intentions clear, but less overthinking and more just doing, just action, just take action, just do. Snap yourself out of the unconscious haze of your energy getting stuck. Just like stuck. You know what I mean? Just stuck. Oh, I'm just stuck and I can't. And like just let go of all of that. Remove that entire state of consciousness from your experience. Just do more. I'm not saying to have more resistance. I'm not saying to feel any worse. I'm not saying to not be at peace. What I am saying, though, is just to think less and to do more. Just think less and do more. Less overthinking, more doing. Just do more in the world, take more action, and then you'll figure out how to get closer to that perfectionism, which leads me to the second point in this video, which is that what happens is that when you drop the need to be perfect, right, and you just take those actions, that's the path to getting as close to what you could call, getting as close as possible to what we could call perfect. And if you want to get to as close to perfectionism as humanly possible, the only way that would happen is if you paradoxically drop the need for things to be actually perfect and you just take action consistently with the intention of what you want to create in mind. Understanding that, like you're going to have mistakes sometimes. Things are not going to go exactly perfectly. But you drop the need for things to be perfect externally, and you value taking action from a place of feeling good. Being in flow with the action and feeling good for its own action's sake, but still knowing exactly what you want to create, not letting go of the desire at all, is how you get to what you could call, as close as possible to, what we could call perfectionism. And it's the only way. The only way to possibly do that is through dropping the need, and that's what I realized in my life personally. So going back to kind of what I said earlier, the third thing that I want to share with you in this video is to do all the thinking beforehand. So that you don't need to overthink. Think of everything beforehand. Figure out who you want to be. Decide your intentions in terms of where you want to go in your life. And just plan it all out. It doesn't even have to be complicated. It can be one goal. And it's not that it's going to be the one thing you focus on for the rest of your life. You're going to have many goals, but you can do one action at a time. Take action to be in alignment with one thing at a time. And what begins to actually happen is you start to get much closer to not thinking as much. It's just like overthinking ceases to be a part of your experience. And what I mean thinking, again, what I'm saying is like chaotic, compulsive thinking where you're literally just getting your energy stuck and it's not helping you at all, and it's not helping anybody else at all either. So make sure you just plan it all out. Think about your life beforehand. Think about it beforehand. If you plan it all out beforehand, there's not going to be any room left for compulsive thinking. Like in my life personally, this is going to sound kind of like, I don't know how this is going to sound, but it's like I almost don't have time for compulsive thinking. Because I can just see how useless it is for myself and for others. It's almost like it just gets me into this sort of trap of just thinking that I'm doing something useful, but in reality I'm not doing something useful. That's you know what compulsive thinking is? It's this illusion that you're actually doing something beneficial, but in reality what you're actually doing is just stifling up your energy, and you're convincing others why stifling up your energy is also beneficial when it's absolutely not beneficial. That energy of compulsiveness and perfectionism is just absolutely useless. It's so useless that in fact I was in that energy of feeling how useless it is for so long that I got to the point where I was like, wait a second, there's literally nothing that I'm getting from this. Literally nothing. So if I'm literally getting nothing from this and I'm only moving backwards, then it absolutely needs to be removed from my life. No matter what I tell myself, the reality of that type of thinking and that belief system is absolutely not what I want. And I believe that nobody else wants that either. So to conclude this video, what I'm trying to share is just what happens when you have this kind of belief that you create your day. You create your day as you go along. What happens is that you go through your day and you just kind of know why you're doing what you're doing, and you know that you're going to get there. You may not necessarily know exactly how you're going to get there, but I want to make it clear that you do have a plan, and within that plan there's definitely unknowns, but that plan is enough to make you feel like, yes, I'm actually safe to create this reality for myself, and I absolutely trust that I'm going to get there. Because you have enough momentum, and faith and confidence actually comes from momentum and really feeling connected to your intention, and then trusting that those intentions are going to happen, of course. And then that's where you start to build this absolutely amazing reality for yourself. Right? And then you start to realize, wait a second, I can feel how I want to feel, and I can live in alignment with what it is that I want to actually create, and you can have it all. And that's exactly what I invite you to do. So to conclude this video, I invite you to live with intention. Live with more balance in your life. Let yourself feel actually good. And by good, I mean just balanced. Not necessarily good. It's like, oh my gosh, I need more of this feeling to feel amazing kind of thing. It's not just you just sort of stick with this feeling of just balance. And yeah, I'm just gonna roll with this. I'm just gonna hold on to this, not from a place of I need it. And of course you do need it. Balance is a need, but it's almost like you're in just this state of just balance. You just bathe in this feeling of just you have everything that you need. and you just have it. It's just there. Just peaceful. And you go towards what you want as well, and you create your reality, and you move towards more goals. But through that entire process of moving towards more goals, you're okay that things are not going to exactly work how you exactly imagine them. And what I mean by that is, like, you're okay that if things aren't exactly perfect as you're doing it, but you're still going to go towards what you want as well. But it's like it's just peaceful. It's peaceful action that feels aligned versus everything has to be very, very difficult. So let go of perfectionism. You don't need it. It's not helping you. It's not beneficial for you or for anybody. Just let it go. Give yourself the life that you create. Be an independent thinker. Have the courage. Have the fearless attitude that you can evolve for the first time in a particular area that nobody else has ever done in existence. Do you believe that you can do that? Absolutely you can, and I'm here to tell you that you can. And with that, I conclude this video. As always, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next